And we made it through another weekend. Today is Monday, June 24th, and today we are talking about that 400-year time between where Malachi ends and the New Testament begins. Now, a lot of people, a lot of theologians call that the 400 years of silence. But as I did my research, what I discovered is it really wasn't that silent. There was not anything added to the Bible during that time, but there were quite a few things that happened. So one of those things is that the 2,300 days of desecration between 171 and 165 BC that's described in Daniel 8:14, that happened in that 400-year time. This is what Daniel 8:14 says. And he said to me, for 2,300 evenings and mornings, then the sanctuary shall be restored to its rightful state. So during that time, they didn't put to good use, like they didn't look at these prophecies that were being fulfilled and say, you know what, let's take this time while there isn't a lot happening and God isn't doing as much, and dig into the Bible and learned it very well. They had that opportunity, but they didn't do it. And as I read that and I studied it, it really kind of jumped out at me. Here we are, you know, there isn't anything being added to the Bible. God is very active. Spiritual warfare is very active, but especially as Americans, where the persecution is mostly being teased, maybe being passed over for a job. It's nothing like the persecution that's happening in other countries where you're being beaten and thrown into prison and even being killed because you're a follower of Jesus Christ. What an opportunity we have to take this time and dig in and know the scripture. Well, the Jews did not take that opportunity. And here we are as an American society, we are not taking that opportunity. So what happened as a result of the Jews not taking that opportunity? During that time that God did not speak, no scripture was written. They call it 400 years of silence because it began with a warning that closed the Old Testament. So right before this 400 years of silence, they got a warning. What was that warning? It's in Malachi 4, verses 5-6. Behold, I am going to send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and terrible day of the Lord. He will restore the hearts of the fathers to their children and the hearts of the children to their fathers, so that I will not come and smite the land with a curse. So they've got this warning. Elijah's going to be coming. He's going to start to turn people back towards God. And it's so that a curse does not happen on the land when the Messiah comes in. That's how it was left. And instead of digging in, learning the scriptures, learning it well, they pushed it to the side. Then, in addition to that, they had it, you know, they had it very comfortable. They were very secure. They were very safe during that whole Medo-Persia Empire time. And then in 333, the Greeks came into power. Well, as the Greeks came into power, the primary language, of course, became Greek. And that is when the Septuagint was written. The Bible that was written in Hebrew, those first 5 books of the Bible, were taken and translated into Greek. That was a pivotal time. The Septuagint is one of the texts that is referenced when a new translation comes out. In addition to that, so then I started, as I kept digging, I was like, okay, 400 years. The number 400 has to mean something. Well, just as we have Roman numerals, they use the Hebrew language to make numerals. And the number 400 is attached to the Hebrew letter Tav. What does that letter mean? It means the cross. So here they are in this 400 years of silence. They know that it's 400 years because of the prophecy from Daniel. And here they are pushing it to the side and not looking towards what will happen on the cross. So as I kept reading and I kept learning about this 400 years, I saw so many commentaries that called it the 400 years of silence. And right away, it made me think of another place in the Bible where we have silence. And that is in Revelation 8, verses 1 through 5. And it says, "When the Lamb opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour." That silence is a time of rest. It's a time of restoration. It's a time to dig into the Word. And we should be taking this time to be digging deep. Dig deep into that Word. And tomorrow we'll talk about John the Baptist and Elijah. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.